Okay, in this short little video, we're going to take 3 Greek words and use them to help you evaluate any speech or any verbal content or even any video. Now, if you submit it to what would be pretty much in the line of classical rhetoric, the Greeks had 3 terms to give to anyone who wants to make a speech or even listen to a speech or evaluate a speech. Now, these terms do apply to videos, so don't turn me off and say this is, oh, it sounds like you're in a college classroom. Maybe, but listen, these apply to videos. So the first term, I'm just going to go over the terms first and then talk about each one. Logos, word. Ethos, credibility. Pathos, all right, that's feeling. So let's go to the first Greek word, logos, word or words. Now, exactly what are they saying? And if, say, you watch a 5-minute video, someone can be saying something to you and slip it by you so quickly that you'll not really even notice what they actually said to you. So, for example, in my hoax virus video part 2, the hoaxer, Mr. Goodman, starts talking about how they found a dead Inuit Indian in Alaska 100 years ago, and some soldier. And they got the DNA and they extracted and they made a virus that's more deadly than the 1918 flu. Well, first of all, who are these people that they're digging up? And secondly, can you dig up somebody from 100 years ago and get a hoax, get a virus from them? And thirdly, why would you do that? Why would these researchers and these so-called experts in this field want to create a virus that's more deadly than the 1918 flu? It made no sense whatsoever, but it makes sense in the world of the occult because they're trying to give you clues. Now remember, in their Kabbalah system, they have to give you clues. They have to give you truth, but they disguise it so much that it's hard to find and uncover. So you might want to take a video and replay it again and again. Or you might want to stop it and say, what did they just really say? Or, as sometimes I'll do, put it on a little slower speed so that things don't slip by you at such a fast rate. So what is the actual content? What actually are these words? Now remember, in the hoax lie system, sometimes the words are clue words or key words or trigger words, and sometimes the words can be translated into numbers and things like that. So you have to kind of really take apart the words. Now let's go to the next word, which is ethos. Ethos represents credibility. Now, this is something folks give very little attention to when they're watching videos. But ask yourself, what gives this speaker the right to speak? So, in an introduction in a speech, they'll tell you about Professor so-and-so who's written 10 books on and who's a member of and so forth. They'll try to list all of their credentials so that when that individual begins the speech or the lecture, you already say, wow, he or she is believable because he or she has a PhD, he or she is a professor of, he or she worked on this or that. So here's the big question. When the media says, when we're now talking to an expert on, you need to stop and say, wait a minute, is this really, quote, an expert? Or is this just some actor with a costume? Now keep in mind, the hoax lie system is composed of actors in costumes. Or if they're not actors, they might be actually who they say they are, but they're reading a script. So the credibility of the media is nil. In other words, in your mind, you have to realize that all media is hoax. And if you don't get there, you won't get it. So I'll just tell you right now, if you're watching this, if you don't get there, you will not get it. If you want to sit and believe these liars, that's up to you. All right? But I am telling you, and there are others out here on the YouTube, and Dave Johnson is one of them. You listen to him. He will tell you they're liars. And I will tell you the same. They're liars. So if you give them any credibility or any ethos, shame on you. Because now you have entered the hoax lie system. You want to believe. You want to believe they're experts. You want to believe somebody's running this country right. You want to believe somebody out there cares about you. You want to trust somebody. Now, how can I say those things? I was one of them. I was just like all the folks right now. I kind of drifted along with the system. Every now and then I would say, oh, that's a lie. But never did I say the whole lousy system is one big, huge lie. And it is a lie system. It is a hoax system. And everything presented to me is a lie. Never did I go down that road. But I want to tell you something. That is true, what I just told you. The whole system is a lie. All of it. All of it. Now don't start and say, oh, I have a newspaper that tells you the truth. Oh, I have a channel that I tune into. Oh, I have a special newscaster that. No, listen to me. All of it. Magazines, newspapers, blogs, all of it. If you don't get there, you won't be able to get it. Okay, the last one, pathos or pathos is feeling. What feelings or emotions does this speaker put into what he or she is saying? So for example, the hoax virus videos I did, there's 2 of them, part 1, part 2. The speaker will talk so casually about the Spanish flu that killed 50 to 100 million. Like, just like he's just talking about the weather report today. There's no emotion there at all. He doesn't feel for these so-called families that have lost these 50 million or 100 million people. Why? Because it doesn't exist. So what kind of emotions are you seeing? And if you slow up a lot of these videos and look at them, you'll see what everybody refers to as duping delight. The snicker, the smile. In one instance, I freeze it, and he's biting his lips. Why is he biting his lips? Because he has to try to contain himself from laughing. It's a hoax. His pathos, his feeling is not in what he's saying. So take a look at these 3 things when you watch a video. And that's most of what folks do anymore today. Most folks don't do much of anything live. And in the current ordered system, nobody's going anywhere to hear anyone speak anyhow. So, and most folks today don't really actually want to go and hear human speech anywhere. They just want to watch it on TV or watch it on YouTube or watch it on some channel or station. But anytime you watch a video, you can use these three words to help you evaluate. Logos, which is word or words. Content, the actual content. You have to slow it up sometimes. Sometimes you might have to listen to it 2 and 3 times. Ethos, what credibility do they bring to this position, to this speech, or to this video? And remember, the media is composed only of actors. Now, I don't care what uniform they're wearing. I don't care what their position is. They're actors. And the last one is pathos, or feeling. Is their heart really in it, or are they just pretending? And so many of these hoaxes that are in front of you, you can see they're just pretending. They're just carrying around a bunch of garbage on a stretcher, and they're trying to pretend it's a dead body from a hoax virus, and the bodies are being stacked up everywhere. They're just pretending like it's the high school play. Or better yet, some of them, it's like it's the elementary school play, because some of them are not too good at it, okay? And yes, they are actors too. Or if they're not actors, they're actually in that position, but they're acting, okay? They're in front of a camera. And I think a lot of people don't realize that when you're actually in front of a camera, people behave differently. They don't really behave normally. But we see all these hoaxes, and it looks like it's really real because they're sort of trying to pretend like they're behaving normally. But keep in mind, there's a camera and a camera crew filming them. So what feeling do they have? Is it really true? Are these really true feelings that you're seeing come from this speaker, in this video? So take a look at the logos, the ethos, and the pathos. And this will help you to evaluate a lot of the videos that you watch. I hope this was helpful to you. I appreciate you watching, and this concludes the video.